Well, hello there and welcome back to the Hull City Fan Central YouTube channel, where today do have a lot of news to wrap through, including a lot of transfer news, some good, some bad. So let's crack into it, starting off with our first topic coming out of the academy. So right back, Tom Nixon has joined Doncaster Rovers on a season-long loan after picking up a new contract with the academy. So he goes over there, over to former Hull City boss Grant McCann for the season. Wish him all the best. Did take place in a friendly against Sheffield Wednesday last night, where Grant McCann was singing his praises on defending against Josh Windass, son of Dean Windass, the Hull City legend. And of course, Josh did actually score in the League One playoff final to get Sheffield Wednesday back up to the Championship, where we'll be playing them this season. So best of luck, Tom Nixon. I presume that we can't play against him in a few weeks' time in the EFL Cup Round 1 when we do take on Doncaster Rovers. So I presume that he'll be cup tied for that one. I'll wait and see if we get any more details on that. Small bit of news about Hull City's street food. Of course, we know how much we all love the food at the MKM Stadium. Well, it could be getting an upgrade ready for this new season, as Hull City announced a new partnership with Cranswick PLC. They are a street food providing service. Hull City are back with their stadium tours this summer. Yes, on the 22nd, 23rd and 24th, they will have their free stadium tours back at the MKM Stadium. Tickets coming out soon, so it's a nice thing for that. For all the people want to go around to the MKM Stadium, have a little smooch around on the 22nd, 23rd and 24th. Ticket details are on Hull City's website. Along with that, another open training session has been announced at the MKM Stadium for fans to come along, watch the players get trained up by Liam Rosini, alongside a meet and greet after the training session, a few refreshments and other bits. I went to one of these last season. It's nice to see that they're continuing doing them. These are also free as well, so ticket details are on Hull City's website. This will be on Monday the 21st of August. So a day before the stadium tours open up. A bit of news about yesterday's game. Of course, it was a disappointing performance all round as we drew 1-1 to Scunthorpe United. But Liam Rosini has praised two performances. And it's two performances that maybe went a little bit under the radar, considering the first half performances of Ruben Vinagre, Jason Lakilo and Adama Traore. But in the second half, these two players, Harry Vaughan and Ozan Tufan, had a brilliant partnership. Liam Rosini has praised it yet again. They've had brilliant partnerships in other pre-season games, and I'd be interested to see how these two work dynamically in the league. Of course, setting up the only goal for the Tigers yesterday, Harry Vaughan laying it off to Ozan Tufan. Of course, it wasn't a fully clean goal by all stretch of the imagination, but nice partnership nonetheless. Like to see this thing built, and possibly it could be a partnership that will be taking in on the first game of the season against Norwich. Contract news now. George Cox hasn't been offered a Hull City contract following his trial at the club, playing 2 games in this pre-season friendly. Both of them an impressive performance nonetheless from the left back. It appears that Hull City have maybe decided not to go through with the contract for the element of keeping money in the books. Of course, it's been said around this sort of summer transfer window that Hull City are going to have to limit down their spending because of the financial fair play rules in the Championship are so much tighter than they are in the Prem. And now people are saying, why don't you just go and buy Mbappe? Why don't you go and just buy all these magnificent players? We can't, because we're in the Championship and it's just not a possible thing. Yes, we're going to have billions coming into the club and that'll help us sort of spending a bit more money. But at this moment, we can't afford the contract with the wages, not because obviously we're getting them on a free trial, free transfer, sorry. So it's the wages that will cost us there. So Hull City aren't willing to splash that in on George Cox. We've been stalking Aaron Connolly again. Yes, on his Instagram, he posts this photo of his sat-nav taking him a certain distance from his home down in Brighton. You know what that's to? It's to the MKM Stadium. I was trying to pinpoint up how far he could get through that distance, and it was pretty much bang on to Hull from his location. So it could be the transfer of a dream. Aaron Connolly to come back to the MKM Stadium. And then He was spotted at the MKM Stadium. A fan grabbed a photo of his of the back of him meeting up with Liam Rosina apparently outside of the ticket office at the MKM Stadium. So, does this mean Aaron Connolly back to Hull City on a season-long loan or possibly a permanent deal? I think so. I think there's too much about it. Aaron Connolly not going on Brighton's pre-season tour, posting photos of him in Hull City tracksuits, yet he's still contracted to Brighton. I think this just means one thing. He wants to come to Hull. We want him to come to Hull, and I think he will come to Hull. And that'll be even more pressing considering the news about Benjamin Tete. Benjamin Tete could be set to leave the club. A catastrophe. A huge catastrophe. Benjamin Tete has been sort of scouted out through another team and heavily interested in a bidding war with Hull City has been taken place. Liam Rosina announced this after the game yesterday after Benjamin Tete was not on the team sheet, on the bench or in the starting 11. It's going to be a sad miss, this. Of course, he was plagued with injuries. I think he picked up about 3 or 4 injuries last season. Played only a quarter of the season, grabbing 1 goal in that time at home to West Brom. It was a beautiful goal, may I add. But I think that if we get the money in for him, he is one that you probably have to see go. As sad as it will be, as sad as it is that it's Benjamin Tete who was going to have a brilliant season. Liam Rosina was saying before pre-season started, saying that if he stays fit, he will be the player of the season in the Championship. He will be the player everyone is watching, and it's just seeming that wasn't going to be fruition if he didn't stay fit. So we're going to cash in on him, which probably means that we're looking at bringing in Aaron Connolly, and that feeds into that aspect. But then it also could mean that we're getting a bit of money where we could have gone on and got our goalkeeper of choice, because obviously the news as well, Carl Darlow and Mark Travers have both been picked up by other clubs. Carl Darlow expected to be announced as a Leeds player. That one hurts. And then Mark Travers as a Stoke player, as he's going for his medical there, I believe, today. So 2 disappointing points there, well 3, including Benjamin Tete, and probably getting the money in from Benjamin Tete. It could be a mil or 2. Could mean that we could have picked up Carl Darlow, made it the dream transfer. I would have been happy to swap out Benjamin Tete for Carl Darlow. Carl Darlow is the man that would be there to keep Hull sort of up in a fighting chance of getting promoted. So, who's left on the goalkeeper cards? I'm not really sure. There's not too many goalkeepers going out that are of a good quality for what we need to combat Matt Ingram. I said this in my video yesterday. We are looking for someone to combat with Matt Ingram, or even take his place, send Matt Ingram as a number 2, and then Loti Tala back out on loan to pick up the experience that he really needs. So it's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. Injury wise, oh mama, we've been done in before the season starts yet again. Of course, Greg Doherty's picked up his injury that means that he'll miss out about 6 to 8 weeks. Along with that, Oscar Sapinyan's picked up an injury, which will mean that he'll miss the start of the season. Aliar Saib-Mnesh is injured and will probably miss the start of the season. Dukan Sinik, we've not got any sort of intel on his return. Was pictured, he did post a photo on his Instagram at Hull Marina today, so he is definitely back in Hull. Whether that is due to him going to go and train with the lads, get ready for the last pre-season friendly against Nantes this Saturday, who knows? But Dukan Sinik has not played any pre-season. Apparently, he's still injured. So it's not looking good. It's not looking good at the in the Hull City camp. We're struggling. I mean, we've got a good foundation of a squad. We just need them few bells and whistles, and those few bells and whistles that we're missing are the key areas. Goalkeeper. I mean, we was layered with loads of attacking players to come into the season. We've lost them. We've lost them all. So yeah, we'll see how the next few weeks go. Ready for Norwich away on the first game of the season, a week on Saturday. But yeah, we could maybe do with a signing or 2. Aaron Connolly possibly being one, a goalkeeper being another one. and who knows who else. But I'll catch you in tomorrow's video, where I will have my whole shirt collection for this year. A nice little break away from the Hull City depressing news. So I will like and subscribe, and I'll catch you over there.